Hi, welcome to Video Games Revisited. Today we're going to be looking at Carnival on the Atari 2600. Now this game is a port of the Sega arcade game, but it's also available on Colecovision and Intellivision. Now there are a few differences between this version and the arcade version. Firstly, there's the wheel at the top in the centre on this image, and we'll take a look at what this wheel's for in a second. It's also worth noting the letters that spell bonus are missing from here, and the idea in the arcade was you'd shoot those in order and you'd end up with some extra ammo. These have been replaced with a little 8 on a white tile, which if you do shoot that you gain a little bit of extra ammo. Now both the graphics and the sound on this game, you'll notice they're fairly standard for a 2600 game, nothing too special. Now the aim of the game is to shoot the rabbits, owls and ducks that you can see scrolling across the screen, as well as the wheel in the centre here. Now to add to the realism, there's also limited ammo for your shooting, so you can't just sit there and mindlessly blast away racking up the points, as once you run out of ammo it's game over. Now like the arcade version, the round ends when you've shot all of the spokes off of the wheel from the centre of the screen and then cleared the screen of any targets that are left over. Now it's unclear whether the round ends on the console version when you've shot each of the spokes once or whether you just have to shoot the wheel a certain amount of times, but the premise is still the same. And at the end of the round, depending on how much ammo you've got left over, points are racked up and you get your total for the round and the whole process starts again. The console version is actually missing a little bear that strolls on the arcade version as like a bonus round, and you just get more points depending on how many times you can shoot the bear, and the more times you shoot the bear the more he speeds up and tries to run off screen, which I kind of wish was in this version. As you progress through the rounds, in typical Atari style, the game speeds up, making it harder and harder to hit your mark, and more likely that you're going to run out of ammo. Now my only real complaint with this game is that the controls aren't particularly good for the kind of game it is. You've got left and right to move left and right, and one button to shoot, which is the same as the arcade version. However, I can't help but feel would have been better off using the paddle controller for this one just for speed and accuracy. But maybe that's just me, coming from an age where we've got light guns and some rather intense over-the-shoulder shooter games. Let's face it, we're pretty spoiled nowadays. For all intents and purposes, it's a very similar game to Space Invaders, in the way you move backwards and forwards shooting at your targets. There's even a few little extra features that Space Invaders didn't have anything comparable to. However, this game just doesn't have the charm that Space Invaders have and the iconic status, so it's kind of tainted in my memory as inferior in comparison to such a classic game. So that's about everything for today. Take care, and I hope to see you soon.